Hey guys, how you going? What I'd like to do today, just for anyone that's doing what I did when I was in your stage, probably looking up videos on YouTube and just researching as much as you can, is just do a quick video in regards to handling the breeding with your Meat Rabbitry setup. So our new Callie doe, who's been named Pepper, will be ready for breeding soon, so I need to go through my steps to check that she's ready to breed. And the first step is to weigh her and check that she's 7 pounds, and look for them to be about 5 to 6 months old as well, and yeah, and just make sure they're fully matured. As you will go on, you'll get to know when your doe's ready to breed. You just get a feel for it. But yeah, around about Callie's about 7 pounds, and for New Zealand's the larger, just a bit larger than the Californians. I'm looking around about 8 pounds for them, 8.5. So let's weigh her. Okay, I'll turn the scales on. You're right, darling, stay there. Okay, so she's 3.5 kilos, 7 pounds 13, so she's a very good weight out of it. Always up to mischief, aren't you? Well done, Pepper, so you're a good weight to breed. RSI is over 1 year old, so he is more than mature and ready to breed. Successful breeds in the past almost every time, so he is right to go. Yeah, so what you want to do is, the gestation is generally 31 days, and sometimes a bit later if they've got a smaller litter, and sometimes a tiny bit earlier if they've got a big litter. So what you want to do, if you guys work 9 to 5 like I do, I breed on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, which usually with my rabbits, and most others will be the same, you get a litter on Friday night or Saturday sometime, at the latest Saturday night. And that's if you breed on a Tuesday. And if you breed on the Wednesday, it'll be same thing, but yeah, Saturday night, maybe Sunday through the day, or even Sunday night. So yeah, I like to do it on a Tuesday, and that ensures that I can be around to look after the litter when they're born, and just make sure everything goes smoothly. They turn out like little keetses like that. When doing the breeding, guys, as you've probably read or heard before, always take the doe to the buck's cage, never the other way around. It's because the doe is very territorial of the area, so always the doe to the buck's cage. What I like to do is breed sometime through the day, maybe afternoon, or through the day sometime. I like to breed the buck with the doe 2 to 3 times, which can be done in about a few minutes. And then I'll leave it for a few hours, 4 or 5 hours or so, and I'll breed again at night and get another 2 to 3 times. Some people even get more than that. I find that's enough. But yeah, it's up to you. You can do 2 or 3 times in that same day period. It's never going to hurt that the buck does it more. You just want to be careful you're not overworking your buck if you've got a buck to a lot of does. But yeah, you're never gonna have a bad outcome if you're doing it in one day and breeding them as many times as you can. It's only going to increase your chances of a good litter size and successful breeding. It's pretty normal for a first time you've bred to be not completely receptible. She did lift the tail the first time, I'm pretty sure, so there's 1 there, but we'll see if we can go for 2. She's just not playing the game yet. The wrong way, mate. I like your enthusiasm. So yeah, I found that with my other Callie as well. The first time I bred her, she wasn't as receptive as I'd like, but from the second time onwards, she was a perfect bred and no problems at all. And she just lifted then. Yep, there we go. You can see when they lift, they kind of change, the does change their body position. They kind of lay flatter and their bum goes up, and you can see the difference. And then sure enough, he does his duties. Well done, mate. So that should make a good crossbreed, guys. A big New Zealand on a big Callie, and hopefully she's a good mum and she learns well on her first litter. By the way, you can tell when the buck's had a successful breed when he falls off and scrunches his face up and makes a little squeal noise. Quite ironic. Humans seem to do the same thing. Alright, now palpating. There's two different techniques at day 14 to check if you've got a litter. Some people put the doe back in with the buck and see how she reacts for another breeding. Most of the time she will reject him and make this squealing noise, and that shows you that she's pregnant and she doesn't want to be mated. The way I do it is palpating. I'll show you both ways today so you know. Palpating, look it up on YouTube, how to palpate rabbits. P-A-L-P-A-T-E. Basically, you're feeling their stomach gently. Make sure you're not squeezing too much, but you're feeling their stomach while they're calm, and you're rolling your fingers together, your index finger and thumb, and you're feeling for what feels like soft grapes. You don't want to squeeze them, definitely do not squeeze them. And you want to decide try and decipher the difference between her poo, which feels like hard little pellets. And most of the time you'll be able to find the soft grapes straight away. They feel oval in shape, yeah, and they feel like a soft grape, maybe even like a peeled grape even, and yeah, really soft and kind of delicate. So that's the embryos, and you want to be feeling for them to have a successful breed. Yeah, or the other way you can choose to do as well, which I don't know good and bad points about doing that. I think sometimes the does let them breed them again, and that's not good. I know it happens in the wild. Yeah, so comments and feedbacks about that technique of putting it back into the buck to see how she reacts. But yeah, that's what I do is I palpate. Somewhere nice and stable and get it calm. Basically what you want to do is put your hand under a tummy like that, and you get a tummy between your two fingers and feel like that, just gently, and feel for a soft grape. Okay? Like this. So just grab it by the back of the neck with your left hand like that, underneath with your hand, and just feel in between the stomach until you can feel soft grapes. It doesn't hurt them as long as you're not too aggressive. Yeah, I can feel one there. Not as easy, this one. Maybe let me bend that one. You're alright. Yeah, there's one. I can feel one. Not 100%, but it looks pretty good that she's pregnant. So, she let him breed. There's a chance that she might not be pregnant. There's also a chance that she just let him breed anyway. So yeah, that's something to consider, guys, that it's not always successful testing that out, because sometimes they just let the buck go over him again. So yeah, I'm not sure about that technique. I don't use it. I'd rather just palpate, and yeah, comments and feedback would be great because I'll learn as well. On day 28 to 29 of their gestation, you need to put their nest box in. So there's plenty of dimensions. You can't fit in there, mate. There's plenty of dimensions if you Google rabbit nest box for large breed. Yeah, but you want to make it reasonably good size. A very recommended part of it is the little flap on the front, so when the doe comes out for a feed, that if any young are still attached to the nipple, they'll be bumped off and won't be taken out onto the cold wire. And then a platform up top is really good for the doe, the mum, to get away from the little ones. They're 3 weeks old and jumping around like crazy wanting a milk. That's a good little place for her to get some chill out time. You can see I've got a wire floor. That's for hot summer times to get air through. And then what I do, I haven't cleaned this off yet, but I put the board there for winter like we are at the moment. And yeah, and I basically fill it with hay. I think I'm going away from hay and going to go with pine shavings as the mums eat the hay because they love it. At birth, you want to check that all the young are alive, and everyone's doing well, and just clean up any bloody mess in the nest box. Usually the mum does that. So what I like to do, sometimes they're a little bit protective of their litter. Mine are pretty good, but what I do just in case is I give them a nice treat of some sort of fruit or that's comfrey leaves, and I basically just grab the nest box off her. These are ones that were born just under a week ago. But basically when they're newly born, you want to pull out all the bloody hay and just check that all are alive. So you just kind of wiggle to see they're all moving. Yep, what about that one? Yep, moving. What about that one? Yep, moving. And then quickly cover them back over. You don't need to worry about scent on your hands, guys. As long as your mum knows you, that's no problem. Just don't go around fiddling with them too much. You just don't want to touch them as too much as possible. Put them back in the spot. That's it. She's happy. She's got her greens. All of them alive. Yeah, and you can fill out your charts from there. So I hope that helps with any of the newbies looking to breed your rabbits and not sure how to do it. That's how I do it. It's not maybe the right way, it's not the wrong way, but yeah, it's just my way of doing it. It seems to work for me. And yeah, that's basically it. Hopefully that helps you guys.